Okay, this is our last video for the whole year. So this is our last video of notes, which means a test is coming up. And let me know if you are having any questions on that. So first I'm going to write down the standard equation of a circle. So we're going to be graphing circles on graph paper and writing equations of the circles from the graph. So let me write this down and then I'll explain it. So our equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, so this is the form. It kind of looks weird. It's like y equals mx plus b. You have to find m and b. On this one, you have to know what h, k, and r are before you can write the whole equation. So HK is the center, and then R is the radius. Okay, so it's in this form of x minus h, which is important because if 2 is my center, like if 2 is h, it's going to look like x minus 2. Okay, and so it looks like it's a negative 2 that I plugged in there, but the negative sign was already there, so I only plugged in a positive 2. But if I wanted to plug in a negative 2, you'd have x minus negative 2, and minus a negative is a plus. So when you see x plus 2, it looks like I plugged in a positive 2, but really I plugged in a negative because it had a negative sign and now it's changed. So keep that in mind. And then this number over here is r squared. So that's not the actual, like when you see the number over there, say it's 16, the radius is not 16. The radius is 4. 4 squared is 16. Okay, so let's look at the, so we're going to write the equation of this circle. So first thing we need is our center, and our center is at 0, 0. And remember, we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And our radius is 2. Okay, so we're going to write the equation. We have x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals r squared. So x minus 0 squared is just x squared. Y minus 0 squared is just y squared equals 4. Okay, so you can write it as the x minus 0 and y minus 0, but when you subtract 0, nothing happens. So it's just the same thing. So this is our equation of the circle, and that's how we leave it. Okay, try the second one on your own. Pause the video. Okay, now play when you're done. Okay, so our center is at 0, 0. So x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals our radius. Now notice that our units are going by 2's. So 2, 4, 6 is my radius. So 6 squared. So x squared plus y squared equals 36. And that's my equation. Okay, the next one, we are just given the center and the radius. So we're going to plug those in. So x minus 0 squared plus y minus negative 5, which becomes a plus 5, equals the radius 4 squared. Now, I'm going to change this to just x squared, but I don't need to like FOIL this out. This is the form I want to keep my y plus 5 squared as. I don't want to do anything else. It looks kind of funky to just leave it like that, but that's how I want my equation to look so that I can graph the circle easily in that form. And so that's the equation of the circle. Okay, example 4, it says write the standard equation of the circle with negative 2, 3 as the center, and a point on the circle is 0, 3. So they didn't give us the radius. So let's draw a little sketch for ourselves. The center is negative 2, 3, and then a point on the circle is at 0, 3. So that means that the circle would be right here. Since those are both at the same y value at 3, they're 2 units apart, so our radius is 2. So I'm going to write this x minus -2, which becomes plus 2, plus y minus 3 squared equals my radius squared, which will be 4. And that's my equation. Okay, so now we're going to use the equation of a circle to graph the circle. So you want to remember that when I gave you the center, it looks, so the -2 becomes a +2 in that form. So if I see x plus 2, I know that the value had to be -2 to make it a plus sign. So up here, to graph this, the center is at, this is if it's x minus h, the value would have been a +3. And then this one, to get a +2, it had to be a -2. So it's always opposite what you think it might be. And then the radius is, the r squared is 9. So to find the radius, that would be 3. So 3 squared is 9. So be careful with that, because that value is r squared. Okay, so I'm going to graph 3, -2. And then for the radius, I'm going to count over 3, up 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 3. Okay, so we are just going to sketch the best circle that you can after that. It looks kind of funky, but there's my circle. Okay, pause the video before you do this next one, and then start it when you're ready. Okay, so my center is, since this doesn't have anything, it's -0, and then a -2, y minus +2. This is going to be a +2. And then my radius, remember that it's going to be the square root of 4, so 2 is my radius. So I'm going to go to 0, 2, and then I'm going to find my radius on all of those and graph my circle. Okay, so that's it for the notes. Let me know if you have any questions. It's been an experience to try to teach you virtually. So let me know if you are struggling with anything and I can help.